Welcome back to this video tutorial. A memory in a computer system can be divided into hierarchies based on capacities, cost and access time. We can see that the top we have CPU registers. They hold the most frequently used data and are at the top in terms of speed of access. These are the fastest devices, fastest storage unit in a computer system. And the next level of the hierarchy is a relatively small memory called cache memory. The cache is a smaller, faster memory which stores copies of most frequently used data from memory locations. And there are mainly two types of cache. The primary cache is known as level 1 cache, which is very small and is always located on the processor chip. The larger secondary cache is placed between the primary cache and the rest of the memory, and it is referred to as level 2 cache. Usually, cache memories are implemented using SRAM chip. And the next level of the hierarchy is the main memory. This large memory is implemented using DRAM, dynamic memory components. And it is much larger but significantly slower than the cache memory. Historically, computer systems had only a processor and a memory. Every time the processor requested data from the memory, the data would be fetched to the processor registers bank. That is, the processor interacted with the main memory directly. As the generations of computers rolled out, the processor speed started getting much faster in comparison to the memory speed. That is, the speed of the main memory is very low in comparison with the speed of the modern processors. This created a technology speed gap that became very hard to bridge. An efficient solution to this problem is to use a fast cache memory which stores the active segments of the program. Since the processor interacts with the fast memory most of the times, the performance is improved. As the processor processes data, it first looks the data in the cache memory, and if it finds the data in cache memory, it reads the data from cache, else a main memory access is needed. Thus, if the active segment of the program is placed in cache memory, the total execution time can be reduced significantly. That is, the cache memory is placed in between the processor and the main memory. And the effectiveness of the cache mechanism is based on the property of locality of reference. This locality of reference says that many instructions in a localized areas of the program are executed repeatedly during some time period, and the remainder of the program is accessed relatively infrequently. That is, the locality of reference it is a phenomenon in which the computer program tends to access same set of memory location for a particular time period. Two aspects of the locality of reference are temporal and spatial. Temporal aspect says that the recently executed instructions are likely to be executed again very soon. This, if I have used something recently, there is a good chance I will use it again soon. Therefore, it makes a sense to keep a local copy for a bit. The spatial aspect says that the instruction in close proximity to recently executed instructions are also likely to be executed soon. What this means is that if I have used the memory at location X, there is a good chance I will also need to use the nearby location of X. So therefore, when fetching X, it will be better to fetch a block of data around X into the cache memory. Because of the locality of address references, the CPU can most of the time find the relevant information from the cache memory itself. That is called cache hit. If the processor finds the relevant data from the cache, then it is called cache hit. If it does not find that data from cache, that is called cache miss. In that cache miss cases, it has to access the main memory. Normally, main memory access occurs infrequently. And with a suitable size of cache memory, cache hit rates of over 90% are possible. Normally, the main memory is organized as equally sized blocks. The cache memory also has blocks, but the number of blocks in cache memory is smaller compared to the total number of blocks in main memory. When a memory access is needed, first it checks whether the word is in cache. If the word is not in the cache, then the word containing the block is transferred from main memory to the cache. The correspondence between the main memory block and the block in cache memory is specified by a mapping function. That is, the mapping function determines where to place the incoming block in cache memory. If the cache is already full, the cache control hardware decides that which block should be removed to create space for the new block that contains the referenced word. The collection of rules for making this decision is called the replacement algorithm. When the processor needs a word, the cache control circuit determines whether the requested word currently exists in the cache. If it exists, then read-write operation will take place on the appropriate cache location. In this case, read-write hit will occur. The write operation is proceed in two ways. They are write-through protocol and write-back protocol. Let us see how write-through protocol works. Here the cache location and the main memory locations are updated simultaneously. Remember that the cache holds a copy of the data from main memory. So here, if anything is updated on the cache, at the same time the main memory also gets updated. The write-through protocol is simpler, but it results in unnecessary write operations in the main memory when the given cache word is updated several times during its cache residency. Second one is write-back protocol. Here the data is updated only on the cache and is updated to the main memory in later time. And there is a bit called dirty bit or modified bit. This bit is set to indicate that the block is updated. And the word in the main memory will be updated later when the block containing this marked word is to be removed from the cache memory. During read operation, if the requested word currently not exists in the cache, then a read miss will occur. To overcome read miss, load through or early restart protocol can be used. That is, the block of word that contains the requested word is copied from the main memory into the cache if a read miss occurs. After the entire block is loaded into the cache, the particular word requested is forwarded to the processor. Here the processor waiting time is higher. In load-through protocol, the requested word may be sent to the processor as soon as it is read from the main memory to reduce the processor's waiting period. Okay, during write operation, if the addressed word is not in the cache, a write miss occurs. And if the write-through protocol is used, the information is returned directly to the main memory. If the write-back protocol is used, then the block containing the addressed word is first brought into the cache memory, and then the desired word in the cache is overwritten with the new information.